Alright, in that last part, I forgot to mention that when we created this install callback, that pointer to data that you can pick up in the callback, I've set that to null because I'm not using it, but null gets defined in stdio.h, so just make sure that you've got, kind of snuck that in, but just make sure that you've got that as an include, because otherwise it'll give you an error about not understanding what null is. Alright, so we've got some code behind the LED buttons to turn the LEDs on and off on the board, and we've set up the serial receive infrastructure. In parse data, I'll put in here a switch on in buffer offset 0, and we'll check what character that is, because that should either be an I for input for the buttons, or it should be a P for potentiometer reading. And if it's an I, we will go to a function called parse button, just splitting that functionality up a little bit. Otherwise, we'll go to parse pot. And these need to be char pointers, because we passed into it a char pointer, and we can keep the same name. These need to be sent to the top as prototypes. And they'll both be void. I don't think I did that at the bottom either. Void. Okay. I'm going to do a bunch of switch case on these. It's going to get a little bit messy. This is what I was talking about earlier. There's probably a better way to group all these together to enumerate them. I'm talking about the LED controls, but I'm going to do it this way just while we're looking at features of LabWindows. So I'm going to look at the next character for the button command, and because it could either be a 0 or a 1, put, because it's 0, 9, or it's going to be 10, 11, 12, 13. It's either going to be a 0 or 1 for this character, because those commands coming in are just ASCII text representations of the numbers. And even though this is only going to be one character, I'll still do a switch case on it. What character is it? 9. And this one here, we're looking at in buffer 2, that's the third byte in the command. Actually, I'll just copy that. But obviously here it's going to start at 0. For 10, and then there'll be an 11, 12, 10, 11, 12, 13, so it's 10, 11, oops, not the whole number, 12, 13, and even though there's only 2 options here, I would like to have a look at both of them, where this first one will be N for on, and there'll be another one for off. And for the on, we will set control value for the LED representing button 9, and we'll turn it to 1 for on, and for the off we'll just have the same thing, but that'll be 0. And this is checking the 4th character in the command. Okay, so I'm just going to cut and paste that for these. I'll go back and change the numbers. Nine, 10, 11. Oh, hang on. What have I done with this one? Oh, it's because I'm on this one. Don't have to start at 9, I start at 10. And 13. Okay. Alright. Well, let's see if I've got any errors there. Succeed. Alright, I'll execute that and bring up the video. Open comport 3 and I'll press this button. Nothing. Let's have a look to see if we're actually receiving anything, because we've come a fair way through the code without it actually checking any of that. The other thing that maybe I should have done up here was, I think I will put it in, let's put another check in here for line feed, which is the last character, just to check a little bit of formatting. Okay, still got program open. I got more than one of these open? I must do. Oh, maybe I'd opened the wrong one just a moment ago. I'm just gonna execute again just to double check that. I'm pressing buttons, still nothing coming up. Alright, so there's something funky going on. First of all, let's see whether we're entering the callback. And because that potentiometer will be jittering around a little, it'll be periodically sending its values, so that's why we've triggered without pressing any buttons or anything. But this is either an error or receive, so let's okay, so it's a receive. We've stepped into receive. Okay, so icon port read error says that we've read 6 bytes. And if we've done that, it'll be in the buffer, so we'll just open up the variables window. See what we've received. Alright, we've got PP001, so that's a little out of whack. So I don't think that would end up passing. I'm just going to continue then, and I'll press a button. Okay, I'm not sure if I continue again, and I'll change the value on the pot, but that's not doing anything either. I wonder why it triggered once and not again. Just terminate. Alright, that time I pressed the button and put a breakpoint just here, and we'll have a look at what's been received. Okay, I09N I might have to come down here. I'll have to think about that. I'm not sure why we had a problem just then with parsing the pot, which wouldn't have done anything, and then the communications seem to fail after that. Okay, we'll just continue on while I have a think about that. We are still in the breakpoint up here, so I'll just follow it through. If in buffer 5 equals 10, so let's just go down and see if it's likely to be 10. Okay, in buffer 5 equals 10, so that's fine. Step over, step over. Well, we just stepped over it. We should have stepped into it. If I continue, okay, the button LED is on. So I'll just quit that, and because we're still debugging, I'll terminate that. Let's get rid of that breakpoint. And get rid of that breakpoint as well, and I'll just execute and let it run. Okay, I guess I'll bring up the video as well, which I've closed again. Okay, pressing this button, 9, pressing this button, 10, pressing this button, 11, pressing this button, 12, and pressing the last button, 13. Okay, so that's all fine. We'll close that and quit. Okay, so that is picking up the buttons and displaying LEDs. And in the last one, I'll stop this video, and in the last video I'll just show picking up the pot value.